12 of the biggest football teams in the world, with a combined haul of 99 European titles and collectively worth $37.2 billion, decided to break away from the UEFA Champions League to form a new European Super League. With JP Morgan promising £3.5 billion to fund the league, the ESL had the potential to become the biggest football tournament in the world. But within 3 days, the whole plan crumbled and most clubs pulled out as football bodies, fans, players, and pundits protested. So, where did they go wrong? The proposed ESL would have 20 teams participating every year, with 15 founding or permanent members and 5 temporary annual entrants. The 12 teams that agreed to the plan felt they needed more high-profile midweek games in addition to the domestic matches played on weekends. Top executives and owners like Manchester United's Glazers, Real Madrid's Florentino Perez, and Juventus's Andrea Agnelli signed binding contracts for their club's participation in the league. It was a move to protect the financial interests of the founding clubs that were hit particularly hard during the pandemic. Here, we give 3 reasons why the plan failed. 1. The clubs took on UEFA and its top competition. The clubs undermined the authority of the top European football body. They said that they were unhappy with the recent Champions League reforms and wanted to float their own alternative competition. The implication of this was castigation not only from UEFA but also from domestic football associations and FIFA. Participating teams and players would face punishment, these bodies announced, including eviction from domestic leagues and ineligibility to play for their national sides. 2. It was a threat to fair competition. The ESL was proposed as a closed competition with protection for the big clubs. This was perceived as a threat to competitive football, as the founding clubs would have little incentive to win decisive games. As Manchester City coach Pep Guardiola said in reaction to the proposal, "It is not a sport where the relation between effort and success does not exist. It is not a sport where success is already guaranteed or it doesn't matter if you lose." Moreover, with 5 teams joining on merit every year, they would not receive the same kind of money that the 15 founders would earn, creating a larger financial gap. 3. It failed to read the pulse of fans and players. The announcement came as a surprise to fans and players. This angered fans as it was evident that in this purely financial decision, their consent did not matter to the owners of the clubs. Ticket prices for such a tournament would obviously be exorbitant. For players who are overworked, this tournament would add to an already packed schedule. The players and fans were also wary of impending bans from FIFA and UEFA. In short, the announcement was a PR disaster as very little information was released, which left everyone fearing the worst for their clubs. Though the plot failed spectacularly, important questions remain. Will the teams be punished by UEFA and their domestic leagues in the days to come? How long before they come up with an alternative plan? Can fans trust owners to make the right sporting decisions anymore? Uncertain days lie ahead for European football.